Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Arjun Chaudhary. Here are the top stories that we're tracking for you on Thursday, the 5th of May. News tightens on Jamaat's chief as Bangladesh Supreme Court upholds his death penalty. Large number of voters exercise their franchise in final phase of polling in India's West Bengal. And Nepal plunges into political crisis as Maoist party withdraws support from government. And now for all the details. The eastern province of West Bengal in India on Thursday went for the final round of polling for provincial elections. People turned out in large numbers to exercise their franchise.
The sixth and the final phase of polling in India's eastern West Bengal province were held amid tight security. Voting was held in 25 constituencies across 6,774 polling stations in northern and southern parts of the province. 170 candidates were in fray and around 5.8 million electorates were eligible to vote in the last phase. While sitting Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee of the Trinamool Congress Party is fighting anti-incumbency, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party is looking to make inroads into the province. On the other hand, Congress Party has reached an understanding with the left front to heat up the political battle.
उसमें चाहता है कि नया सरकार आए, उसमें कुछ डेवलप्ड होए, लेकिन अभी जो सरकार है अभी कुछ नहीं काम कर रहे हैं. हम लोगों का सिचुएशन बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. कोई गवर्नमेंट जॉब नहीं है, कुछ जॉब नहीं है, प्राइवेट कंपनी में कुछ जॉब नहीं है. अभी वो चाहता है कि हम लोगों का कुछ जो नागरिक है, जो साधारण नागरिक है, उन लोगों के लिए अच्छा कुछ हो जाए. इवन जो काम करना चाहिए, जो हम लोगों का चेंज करना चाहिए पूरा सिचुएशन को.
बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ, चाहे कोई भी आए. आई वांट दैट, आई नीड ए ग्रेट जाके बोलते हैं सर्विक उन्नति, स्टेट की सर्विक उन्नति हम चाहते हैं, जीते कोई.
The result will be announced on May 19th.
Moving on to news from Pakistan. The federal government has rejected opposition parties' joint terms of reference demanding inquiry into allegations of offshore holdings against Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, his family and other Pakistanis revealed in the Panama Papers. A report.
While rejecting opposition's joint terms of reference or the TOR, the Pakistan government has invited opposition parties for discussion and to come up with new terms that focus on eliminating corruption. While addressing media on Wednesday, Pakistan's Interior Minister Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan stated that a committee has been formed to engage the opposition over new terms of reference. Calling opposition's term of reference as an anti-Nawaz manifesto, Khan stated that the opposition is using the Panama leak as an issue to tarnish the image of the Prime Minister in order to cripple the government.
हकीकत ये है कि इस सारे मसले को सियासत की नजर किया जा रहा है. इस वक्त ऑपोजिशन के एक मखसूस ग्रुप की तरफ से हदफ करप्शन नहीं है, हदफ एक शख्सियत है और इस शख्सियत को वो रास्ते से हटाकर या इनके नाम को, इनकी शख्सियत को मुतनाज़ा करके इन पे इल्ज़ाम की बौछार करके मीडिया के जरिए जलसों में, जलूसों में, प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में उनको मुतनाज़ा बनाकर वो अपने सियासी मकासद हासिल करना चाहते हैं.
The opposition parties, including Pakistan People's Party and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, had agreed to press the government for a special law, the Panama Papers Inquiry and Trial Act 2016, to be passed to facilitate the investigation into the assets, foreign and domestic, of the Prime Minister, his family and all other Pakistanis named in the Panama Papers. In a sensational revelation, a Panamanian law firm that specializes in offshore tax havens had last month revealed the offshore holdings by Prime Minister Sharif's children, creating a storm in Pakistan politics.
Pakistan claimed to address the perennial energy crisis of Gilgit-Baltistan when it entered into an agreement with China to build several developmental and power projects. But people of the region say they have nothing to cheer about as the situation continues to remain the same. A report.
Electricity crisis is something the people of Gilgit-Baltistan have been facing for the last so many decades. Unscheduled power outages up to 18 to 20 hours a day are a common feature and have hampered the smooth functioning of small-scale businesses, educational institutions and other government departments.
तो गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में भी ये है कि यहाँ पे ज़्यादातर स्मॉल इंडस्ट्री है, तो बिजली के न होने की वजह से वो इस वक्त ठप पड़ी है। तो अगर बिजली मुयसर हो तो लोगों को वो पावर सेक्टर को प्रमोट किया जा सकता है, लोगों को रोज़गार दिया जा सकता है, इससे इलाके को एक बड़ी इनकम मुयसर आ सकती है।
Gilgit-Baltistan has abundant water resources which can easily meet energy demands of the region if developmental projects like dams are constructed.
तो गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में जो पानी है, जो दरियाएं हैं और जो नदियां हैं, इससे तकरीबन 60,000 मेगावाट बिजली पैदा की जा सकती है, जिसे हम दुनिया की सस्ती तरीन बिजली कह सकते हैं।
Locals allege mismanagement and corruption on part of the authorities as large amount of money is used for repairs and maintenance of existing power generators instead of purchasing new ones. Pakistan government made tall claims to fulfill energy demands of Gilgit-Baltistan after it signed several agreements with China. But the region continues to remain in dark as it was since it was forcibly occupied by Pakistan decades ago.
Bangladesh Supreme Court on Thursday upheld the death penalty of country's top Islamic Party leader Mutiur Rahman Nizami. Nizami was convicted for committing atrocities during the country's 1971 liberation war from Pakistan.
Bangladesh Supreme Court rejected the final plea to review the death penalty of the head of country's fundamentalist Jamaat-e-Islami party, Mutiur Rahman Nizami. The four-member appellate division bench on Thursday pronounced the judgment with a single word, dismissed.
Mutiur Rahman Nizami got death penalty for 3 charges, and in this occasion, in the review petition which has been heard, the review was on the issue of whether the death penalty would be restored or will be changed. But however, the appellate division in the review petition, they have rejected the petition. Therefore, the death penalty is kept for Mr. Mutiur Rahman Nizami. Now it is time for all of us to wait when the execution takes place.
In 2014, Nizami was awarded death penalty by International Crimes Tribunal for genocide, rape and orchestrating the massacre of top intellectuals during Bangladesh's liberation war of 1971. Prosecutors also claim that he was responsible for setting up Al-Badr, a pro-Pakistani militia during the war which killed top writers, doctors and journalists at the height of the conflict. Immediately after the verdict, the Jamaat-e-Islami party issued a statement calling Nizami a victim of state-sponsored conspiracy and announced a day-long nationwide strike on May 8th. Bangladesh, which was earlier known as East Pakistan, emerged as independent country in 1971 after fighting a 9-month-long civil war. The Pakistan Army and its local collaborators like the Jamaat had unleashed large-scale violence during the period, resulting in the death of some 3 million people.
Meanwhile, Amnesty International has urged Afghan President Ashraf Ghani not to sign the execution orders of prisoners convicted for terror crimes. The appeal comes as the Taliban group made a plea to the international organizations to intervene and stop the Afghan government to implement death sentences. There is no evidence that the death penalty serves as a deterrent, and there are fears that it will only serve to perpetuate a cycle of violence without tackling any of the root causes, the world body said. This comes as a spokesperson for the presidential palace said last week that a list of militants convicted of terror offences have been forwarded to President Ghani in the wake of the Kabul attack on April 19 that killed 64 people. Nepal seems to be heading to an imminent political crisis as the main Maoist party that forms the ruling coalition has withdrawn support from the government. With this, Prime Minister KP Oli faces the risk of losing his seat.
Nepal's 7-month-old government headed by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli faces the risk of imminent exit as the main Maoist party has decided to form a new government. The Maoist party known as the Unified Communist Party of Nepal, headed by Pushpa Kamal Dahal, has got the backing of the main and the biggest opposition Nepali Congress Party. The Maoists said they are waiting for the response from Oli before withdrawing their ministers from the coalition. Prime Minister Oli rose to power with the backing of Maoists last October after promising to resolve protest against the new constitution by southern plain dwellers and to step up efforts to rebuild homes destroyed by last year's massive earthquakes. The Maoists allege the Prime Minister has been incompetent to live up to his promises, which has led to increasing public anger, and therefore a new government has become a necessity. Prime Minister Oli has however ruled out putting in papers and is said to be consulting constitutional experts on the matter.
A fresh spell of rain in some parts of India brought down the temperature and provided relief to people from the scorching heat. Tourists in northern India welcome the drop in temperature.
With summer ushering early this season, severe heatwave conditions saw extremely high and record-breaking temperatures across east, central and interior peninsular India. However, fresh showers across the country brought respite to people from the sweltering heat. Tourists enjoyed the pleasant weather in Shimla, who indulged in trekking and other activities in India's northern province of Himachal Pradesh, which also received hailstorms apart from rain showers.
In Bangalore, we are stuck in heat. We are just in the house under the AC. Right now, we are like in the cool air.
यहाँ पर वेदर बहुत अच्छा है. एक्चुअली 2 दिन पहले काफ़ी गर्मी था, बट 2 दिन से काफ़ी बारिश भी हो रही थी कल, और आज मौसम बहुत अच्छा है, ठंडा है.
According to the Met Department, the drop in temperature is likely to continue to the first half of May.
Fitness wares were exhibited in a fashion show held in India's entertainment capital Mumbai. Laser dance and models wearing vibrant colors were the highlight of the Glam New 2016. Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. News tightens on Jamaat's chief as Bangladesh Supreme Court upholds his death penalty. Large number of voters exercise their franchise in final phase of polling in India's West Bengal. And Nepal plunges into political crisis as Maoist party withdraws support from government. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.